Subaru Crosstrek. Dog tested, dog approved. Subaru establishes National Make a Dogs Day, helping hard-to-adopt dogs find homes.
Dubai awaits. Taste the finer things in life. Rise above the ordinary. Travel through time. Play in the sand. Celebrate every day. Fly Emirates to Dubai for a world of good times. Fly Emirates. Fly better.
They're America's biopharmaceutical researchers, pursuing life-changing cures in a country that fosters innovation. Here, they find breakthroughs, like a way to fight cancer by arming a patient's own T-cells. Because it's not just about the next breakthrough, it's all the ones after that.
It's hurricane season. You need to know what weather is heading your way. America's Morning Headquarters has you covered.
We've already got some rain out there this morning and severe storms developing.
So start every day with the best in weather. Join Jim Cantori, Stephanie Abrams, and Jen Carfagno. Weekday mornings starting at 5 for AMHQ on the Weather Channel.
Attention. This is a special announcement to Americans. If you're struggling with $10,000 or more in credit card debt, personal loans, collection accounts, or medical bills, it could take you decades to pay them off. Call National Debt Relief right now to see if you qualify for the Debt Reset program. You could pay only a fraction of what you owe, and your debt balance and monthly payments may be reduced while you become debt-free in just 24 to 48 months. National Debt Relief has already helped thousands of Americans avoid bankruptcy and become debt-free. National Debt Relief has earned a top rating from Consumer Affairs and is A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau. Call National Debt Relief now to speak to a certified debt relief specialist to see if you qualify for the Debt Reset program. There are no upfront costs, and you could resolve your debt for a fraction of what you owe.
Call 1-800-647-9812, 1-800-647-9812, 1-800-647-9812.
Stream your news just like everything else you love with Local Now. It's completely free and ready to go when and where you are. Local Now. Find it in your favorite app store.
All this week on Weather Underground, we are exploring some of the scariest tropical storms. Today, we start our series with Superstorm Sandy.
This monster storm killed more than 200 people and caused more than $65 billion in damage. Here's a look back at Sandy.
50 million people directly in the path of this monster on the East Coast: Boston, New York City, Philadelphia, Washington, D.C., and Atlantic City, New Jersey.
As citizens, we need you to act prudently. This is nothing to be trifled with.
They have had evacuations for people near the coast. Obviously, getting to higher ground. We were in a hotel just a day or so ago. They evacuated that hotel. That's going to be basically the name of the game for much of the people here in the region. By the way, we've already got reports of power outages from Central Jersey Power Light, Monmouth, Burlington, and Ocean counties. 5,000 customers, so that's not a good sign because we really haven't had nearly the full brunt of the storm, not even close.
We're talking about a storm that is of the likes that we've never seen here in the East Coast.
The waves have just been relentless. this. Just pounding through. Goodness gracious. As you look down the street, just look at the force of the water. It's like a raging river.
We've set a preliminary record now at the Battery for the all-time highest storm surge.
This hurricane, one for the record books, has basically rearranged the Jersey Shore. Vehicles, big trucks, front-end loaders, bulldozers heading over there to start up the cleanup and recovery process.
This is my office. As you can see, it's demolished. My photos, my lifetime of my history is demolished.
Today, the sound of the strong winds will be replaced by chainsaws, by chippers, so it is going to be just a long cleanup, no question.
And there was our flashback. A lot of meteorology that we can talk about with this system. Dr. Nab, you were the director of the National Hurricane Center. As you pointed out last hour, kind of started as a usual tropical system in October.
Yeah, there was a tropical wave left the coast of Africa on October the 11th. And not even by this date yet in 2012 had the beginnings of Sandy materialized, but it went innocently along and formed in the Western Caribbean, where most major hurricanes in October get their start. But most of them, as you can see, they come north, but they usually, if they come north, then they go quickly northeast. The one track that has that left-hand turn is Sandy. That's the unusual part of this hurricane's life.
What were some of the meteorological factors that came together in this event per se that made it such a dramatic situation?
Well, the high latitude ridging, you know, it didn't have the steering currents to take it out to sea. It got blocked and turned to the left by a high latitude ridge. And it's the same general kind of high latitude ridge that blocked Harvey from moving, that kept Florence from moving and bringing it to the U.S. So those are the bad players when it comes to continental U.S. hurricanes.
Yeah, we look back just over the decade and we're thinking and seeing several examples of storms maybe behaving opposite of what we would expect because of these overall weather patterns.
And also, you know, we talk about the fact that it became a Category 3 hurricane, hit Cuba, and it was a Category 1 strength system when it came ashore in the Northeast. But it was also about the horizontal size. You know, again, it's not all about the category. You know, a Category 1 strength system can produce this much storm surge and wave devastation. It was the horizontal size that was enabled it to push that much ocean water toward the coastline. I will never forget what I saw along the coastline of New Jersey. It wasn't wind that damaged those homes. It was the storm surge and the waves.
And so many times, you know, we talk about the aftermath of these systems and how people are without power. It's hot, it's uncomfortable, but the opposite in this case, it got really, really cold after this storm.
Yeah, there were more than 70 direct fatalities from the forces of the storm in the continental U.S., but there were more than that, more than 80 fatalities indirectly related to the storm in the long duration power outage in the aftermath that led to hypothermia and led to elderly people falling in the dark, and it led to carbon monoxide poisoning. So long duration power outages are bad news, especially in the cold.
Absolutely. And we're actually going to keep this conversation going. Coming up at 40 past the hour, we'll discuss what we learned from Sandy, how it has changed forecasting, how it has changed how watches and warnings are issued, and also how it's changed how we build before and after a storm. That coming up in the second half hour of Weather Underground, as well as a story you have to see. Stay with us.
I'm your cat. And ever since you brought me home that day, well, I've been plotting to destroy you. Sizing you up, calculating your every move. You think this is love? This is a billion years of tiger DNA just ready to pounce. And if you got the wrong home insurance coverage, you could be coughing up the cash for this. So get Allstate and be better protected from mayhem, like Meow.
The ups and downs of frequent mood swings can plummet you to extreme lows, lift you to intense highs, or make you feel both at once. Overwhelmed by bipolar 1 symptoms? Ask about Vraylar, Some medications only treat the lows or the highs. Vraylar effectively treats depression, acute manic, and mixed episodes of bipolar 1. Full spectrum relief of all symptoms with just one pill once a day. Elderly patients with dementia-related psychosis have an increased risk of death or stroke. Call your doctor about unusual changes in behavior or suicidal thoughts. Antidepressants can increase these in children and young adults. Report fever, stiff muscles, or confusion, which may mean a life-threatening reaction. Or uncontrollable muscle movements may be permanent. Side effects may not appear for several weeks. Metabolic changes may occur. Movement dysfunction, restlessness, sleepiness, stomach issues are common side effects. When bipolar 1 overwhelms, Vraylar helps smooth the ups and downs.
So how did this happen?
I now pronounce you husband and wife. You may kiss the bride.
Oh, get your birdseed ready, honey.
United Healthcare helps connect you to care whenever you need it.
So I'm not going to need stitches then?
No, just the antibiotic cream. Oh, watch out. Oh.
United Healthcare.
My turn. It shows up at the end of the year. Coffee Mate seasonal flavors. It really makes the season. Oh, peppermint mocha?
It's related to nature.
Pumpkin spice? This is gonna be a while.
Yeah. Try Coffee Mate seasonal flavors. Coffee's perfect holiday mate. There's only one place that can bring you unforgettable classics, everyone's favorites, and the perfect finishing touches, starting at just $12 per person. Olive Garden Catering. Order now.
I know people love the dish remote. It's great. So why build in the Google Assistant? I mean, who really needs a TV remote that can turn the thermostat up,
Change temperature to 72.
the lights down,
Dim lights.
and still access their DVR?
Play Leo.
Actually, some people could absolutely use a remote like that. The new Dish Voice Remote. Dish, tuned in to you.
I am the twisting thundercloud. Power in its most raw form. I am royalty of racing. Defender of the checkered throne. I am Alfa Romeo.
Well-qualified lessees get a low-mileage lease on the 2019 Alfa Romeo Giulia for $359 a month.
It's hurricane season. You need to know what weather is heading your way. America's Morning Headquarters has you covered.
We've already got some rain out there this morning and severe storms developing.
So start every day with the best in weather. Join Jim Cantori, Stephanie Abrams, and Jen Carfagno. Weekday mornings starting at 5 for AMHQ on the Weather Channel.
Well, heavy rain this weekend over Arkansas put entire communities underwater. Check out this drone footage showing the real scope of the flooding. What appears to be a golf course, but hard to say. It's all covered in water.
Don't see many homes in the area, which is a good thing.
sign.
But obviously, you can see that murky, dirty water where it isn't supposed to be in a lot of spots. Unfortunately, it's been the haves and the have-nots of rain. There are some parts of the country that say, hey, we'd love to see it.
Oh, yeah.
Problem is if you get too much in a short period of time, you can end up with that. But we know across parts of the Mississippi River Valley, up into the Midwest, it has been too much rain.
Dry. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That is it as well. Well, thanks for staying with us here on your Monday on Weather Underground. I'm Chris Bruin.
And I'm Alex Wilson. One of the places we've seen rain today, Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, state capital. You can see kind of a murky view. You've got the clouds, and when you've got rain showers and drizzle around, it makes the lights kind of get that fuzzy look to it. It's been a very Monday, let's just say, into parts of the Northeast, Chris. I'm sure for many it was not the easiest drive home.
No, certainly not. And thankfully, the bulk of the wet weather actually held off for the evening rush for most of the megalopolises. Now, farther inland, it wasn't the same. There in Harrisburg, we had the wet weather for the evening commutes. We also had around the Capital District, Albany, Syracuse, seeing it. And now some light rain pushing up into Maine. About to approach Boston. You know, when we get into New York City, we're starting to see some showers now kind of popping up here. Nothing severe, no lightning with this, but maybe a quick downpour here as you're finishing up dinner, getting ready to come down for the night. We got some heavier showers back towards the Mason-Dixon line, out towards western Maryland, West Virginia. Really, that's where the heaviest rain has been. Those thunderstorms, there were some lightning strikes. Those have weakened, and the rain intensity also weakening now as it approaches the higher topography here of the Shenandoah Valley, so the Central Appalachians. So there's a look. You can clearly see this is associated with the front. Ahead of it, that's where we've had the warmer weather. 79, it was pretty sunny and humid today for the much of the Northeast, with the exception of everyone behind the front. Look at the temperatures. Look at that contrast. 50s from eastern Kentucky right on into Maine. And then on the front side, that's where we're still in the 70s. But be ready for a big drop in the numbers. Tomorrow will be a big contrast. Cloudier, also much cooler. Take a look at New York City. We'll have those showers overnight, late tonight into the wee hours of tomorrow morning, maybe even a few drizzles on your way into work. But temperatures only in the 50s, and same story here in Boston with maybe a few morning sprinkles and temperatures in the 50s and 60s, Alex.
Well, it's been more than a month since Hurricane Dorian pummeled the Northwest Bahamas as a monster Category 5 hurricane. Here in Abaco, the debris stretches as far as the eye can see. 52 people were killed in the Bahamas as a result of the storm, with hundreds of people still missing. But among the rubble, we're learning about an incredible story of survival. A puppy who had been pinned under debris for 3 weeks before he was found and rescued. NBC's Carrie Sanders has the story.
Is that good? It's a miracle in every sense of the word. This puppy alive and defying the odds, believed to be buried in debris for more than 3 weeks on Great Abaco, the hardest hit of the Bahamian Islands after Hurricane Dorian flattened the area.
Seeing this poor little darling dog just trapped underneath there and thinking about how hard he fought to stay alive.
He's now known fittingly as Miracle. Pinned under an air conditioning unit, rescue teams believe Miracle survived on rainwater. Miracle was discovered by a drone equipped with infrared heat-seeking technology that detected the struggling dog under the rubble. Miracle's rescue now a symbol of survival, offering a glimmer of hope as massive recovery efforts in the Bahamas are only just beginning.
Miracle, you're gonna be okay, baby.
Miracle isn't simply a survivor, he's a fighter, now serving as a beacon of light in times of darkness.
It's hope for the people that have been through so much over there, knowing that miracles do happen.
Miracle's now eating about a little bit of food every 2 hours, but the really big news, he took his first steps today. Look at that, even has a little bit of energy to roll over here. Carrie Sanders, NBC News, Loxahatchee Groves, Florida.
Well, we are really fortunate to be joined tonight by the founder of Big Dog Rescue Ranch, Lori Simmons. Lori, thank you for joining us, and we get an update on
Miracle.
Miracle. You know, we look in that package, that story with Carrie Sanders, and he was awfully weak when you got him, barely able to wag his tail. Tell us what it's been like as you guys have worked to get him back to health.
It has been amazing. He is making so much progress. He's eating every 2 hours. He actually got up for the first time on his own today and took several steps, which wore him out. So he's now taking another nap. He sleeps a lot. He's very weak. He lost 50% or more of his body weight. He should weigh about 45 pounds. And he came to us weighing 22. And today he weighed in at 46.5 pounds. So we are making slow progress, but he's got a long way to go here. He lost all of his muscle mass and his little body, and it's kind of like laying in a hospital bed for a month. You lose all of your strength and your muscles, and he's going to have physical therapy every day, and we're still feeding him every 2 hours and monitoring his red and white cell count, and his anemia is getting better, and everything about him is getting better. He's brighter. Can you say hello to everybody?
Oh.
There we go.
Hey, Lori, you know, Miracle's one of several dogs that have been rescued after Dorian. Talk about some of the other rescues and what's still ongoing to rescue any other pets.
Well, our ground team, Sean and Tim, are still over there on the ground with the help of the drone and wonderful videographer, Christy. And they're still on the ground, still looking. We were actually able to find one. We have been to Pelican Shores, which was decimated over there in Marsh Harbor 5 times looking for a little Chihuahua named Socks. And they found him today. He wasn't easy to catch. He was very frightened, but Socks will be returning tomorrow afternoon to his owner, who will be meeting her here at Big Dog Ranch tomorrow afternoon.
This is a great story. You're helping people reunite pets with families. I would imagine some that are brought in may not have a family come for them. I think people are wondering, how can we help, whether it's adoption or help with your cause of trying to find more of the animals that were affected in the storm?
Well, we are still boots on the ground. We've been over there 12 times. They're coming back for a couple days to regroup over there for the animals that are still there with their owners. And